the beat of New York.
103.5 KTU.
103.5 KTU. I'm Cubby. That's Carolina. And we have another morning show here. It's Mark and Miley in the morning.
It sounds like it would be a great show. I know.
We should do that.
That'd be cool.
Mark Ronson, Miley Cyrus, welcome!
Yeah!
We feel like we don't know what to do because we both love you and we don't know who to start with. Because you're in our minds, you're both superstars.
Well, she's the biggest superstar, so maybe we could start with her.
Mark Ronson is turning it over to Miley then.
I think so.
We'll take your direction. But no, we want to talk to both of you guys. I mean, you're in town for a little bit of time this week. Aren't you guys both doing SNL?
Yeah, we're doing SNL together. We're doing Nothing Breaks Like a Heart. We haven't gotten to perform this song, for all the fans here in the States yet. We've just got back from the UK over the last week, and the song's doing really well, and we've done a couple performances. I actually got to go to Club Heartbreak. I've never gotten to see Mark actually kind of in his element and DJing, and it was so much fun. And then I took him to my element, which was the gay bar.
Yay! Hey, girl! I love it.
Yeah.
Is that where you started? The
Gay bar? Yeah.
I mean, I started out as a DJ in clubs in New York City. So and I started doing this club night called Club Heartbreak, which sort of inspired this album and Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, which is like playing like all the, I call them sad bangers, like all like anything that's kind of a little emo that you could play on the dance floor. So we did that. Miley came and grabbed the mic and we did a special version, Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, and then she took me to the gay club.
Yeah.
I love that.
How long have you known each other, like as a whole?
We've known each other a couple years. Just he's come to a few shows and we've run into each other at different events and said we'd always get together, and then it took a while, and now we've been working together over the past year. We went through a minute in LA too, where once we kind of finished this song, once I kind of have that chemistry with somebody and that relationship, and you can feel like, I think he's just done a really good job of. Last time I was here with y'all, I was doing the Younger Now album, and it was obviously a little bit more country influenced, but I felt like I still really love pop music, and I love music that can be played at the club and kids can dance to, and so I felt like that wasn't exactly the home for me, and I think that Mark kind of helped me kind of carve out my sound where I could do everything that I want, which is do modern, I think, kind of new, creating something. The thing I love about this song is people said it reminds them of something that they love, but they've almost never heard anything like it before. Yeah. But it still feels classic at the same time. So I just feel like we were a perfect match.
Well, I think I was going to say, too, just listening to the track, I feel like it's a combination of everything you've kind of wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just listening to it, and it still has that.
I think even with, the Dead Pets record, getting to do something that's a little bit more psychedelic, and then the last record was more country leaning, and then obviously with Bangers, that was kind of just kind of had a little bit of everything. I was working with Mike Will. I was working with just so many, Pharrell, who always kind of puts, I think, Pharrell's also a guy that does a great job of, with my music, he marries usually kind of more hip hop and country music, but he always lets me keep that like twang and what I grew up listening to, the things my dad's played on the jukebox. So Mark's done such a good job of that. So we've worked on a bunch of songs for my next record too.
Now, Mark, you mentioned, you grew up here in New York City. Is it true you're a big fan?
I live 3 blocks away. I just woke up 7 minutes ago.
What? For real? You do? You still live around the corner?
But you're a huge fan of KTU, right? You grew up listening to 103.5 KTU.
Of course. And
he says that to all the radio stations.
No.
Don't let him lie to you.
No, but it's true. And also, obviously, like you guys were playing the Silk City stuff a lot. And like whenever I would come here, because I only, I grew up in New York. My parents are English, but I grew up in New York, and I've lived in LA for 10 years. So now I'm kind of come back because I miss New York so much. But as soon as I land and get in the cab, I turn on KTU because I'm like, all right, so they're gonna play Electricity, and then I'm telling the cab driver, and he's like, keeps looking at me, and they're not playing it. I'm getting more and more embarrassed. I'm like, no, I swear, I made this song, and then it finally comes on, and it's like, that's you singing? That sounds like a woman. It's very confusing, but it is very exciting to I just obviously KTU and growing up in New York is such a they go together for me.
Yeah, well, I'd be remiss to not mention it. Congratulations on the Grammy nomination. Does that even affect you anymore, though? I mean, is this old hat?
No, it's so cool, and that's a song that's definitely that was really unexpected, and it's lovely. And I've been friends with Diplo for 15 years, and that was the first piece of music we went in when we finally went and made some music together last year. And I really do love this song. I don't love everything that I make. I love this record we have, Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, and there's certain things that feel special to me, and Electricity is also one of those.
How does that song sound when you hear it on the radio? Does it get old? Like, Miley, when you hear a song on the radio for the first time, does it ever get old?
No, and you know what? I'm really actually looking forward to going back home and getting to be driving around my car and it be a surprise. Because I think every time I've heard it on the radio so far, we've actually been going around playing the song for the station, so they're like forced to play it.
No,
so I can't forget someone
happens,
plays it because
like,
they want to, and it's like a surprise in the car. And I think also, getting to hear it in Nashville will be really cool. I think especially because we got to give a Tennessee reference, and I know all my friends have been hitting me up about the Tennessee, you know, getting to throw that in. And I think also it just makes the song even more authentic. So it'll be fun for me to definitely get to be in my car and like experience it happening without me like sitting here saying, play the record.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Miley, do me a favor. Can you say that's pretty cool?
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So a lot of times, Carolina and I were on the
my
air.
crutch,
Yeah.
by the way.
A lot of
No.
times, whenever she's doing like entertainment news or something, she'll be like, and that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And one day on the air, I said, you sound like Miley Cyrus because SNL had fun with you.
I know Vanessa has to come back to SNL so I can be there like in
The Miley
spirit.
Show?
There's nothing I love more than that. I mean, I spend a lot of my life making fun of myself, so it's really funny when someone else does it and does it really well.
She's amazing.
She does it so well.
No, wait, you guys are going to be on this weekend with Matt Damon. You're going to be performing the song you had mentioned for the first time. And
Absolutely.
then can you give us a hint? Are you guys working on something for the second part? Or
I think we're just going to say it.
Yeah, we're doing a Christmas tune because it is the Christmas episode. You want to say
We're
what it
doing
is?
War Is Over.
Wow.
And I think right now, with what we've, you know, kind of made a point with this music video to just, we obviously wanted people to love it and have fun and not have to think too hard because pop music kind of does that sometimes. It's a great, you know, escape. But I think with our political messaging, you know, in the music video, and I think when people are just together, and I think SNL, the thing that I love too is I used to always watch it with my dad and always be together. So I hope even, you know, everyone will stay up late and watch the show and get to like celebrate Christmas with us, because I think this cover of War Is Over is going to be really special, especially just, you know, with the lyrics and what they mean to us right now in the kind of political climate that we're in. I think it's going to be really amazing.
Totally.
You ready to hit the listener questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Miley and Mark, as soon as we said you were coming up here, our listeners hit us up on Twitter, everything, Instagram, and they wanted, you know, certain questions to be asked, and we went through a lot of them, and we picked these as our favorite, and we're going to kind of go back and forth between Miley and Mark. We have questions for both of you, don't mind. So, question number one is for Miley Cyrus, Jackie from Belmore. She says, you and Britney Spears have the same manager, and you said in the past you would love to collaborate with Britney. Well, will that ever happen?
We did a song on Bangers called SMS Bangers, and it was like one of the best experiences ever. But I would definitely do it again. But someone, what's her name again?
It is Jackie from Belmore.
Didn't listen to the Bangers record because there is one. So you got to go. I think it's like $7 on iTunes. I'm sure it's cheap now because it's old. So you can probably get it for free somewhere else. Or your friend maybe has burned it, but you got to go get it because we did collaborate together before. But I would definitely do it again. If you've noticed, I'm the first person that comments on every photo she posts. I'm her biggest fan.
Okay.
That is so cute.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, so now, Mark, I'm going to ask you. Paul from Paramus wants to know, if you weren't a musician, what job do you think you would love to do?
I just can't. I'm useless at anything else. I think I would have to maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't. I think I'd have no choice but do this because I don't think I ever got good at anything else.
We were just having this conversation over the weekend, and I said that is such a gift for people who know. Like, there's an absolute direction that you knew from the you know, you've always had this knowledge that you know what you want to do, and that is a huge gift. You know, there are still people trying to find themselves and find their way, and it's like, here you are.
No, I definitely feel lucky for that.
Miley, we have a tweet here from the handle Smilers Are It. They say it's been years since the Bangers tour. Will you hit the road in 2019? Maybe with Mark.
I think it would probably be maybe later in the year or early 2020 possibly, just because I really like to take my time when releasing new music. I'll definitely put out a record next year, but when and how is still up in the air for me, just because I never like to feel that pressure or think too far ahead, because I think especially, just timing is everything, as it's, kind of shown with this song. It's all worked out in perfect timing, so no definite dates yet.
And then I know we have to get going, but I did want to ask this question from Graham from Northburg, and he says, will you ever work with Bruno again, Mark? What about a Silk City track with Bruno?
That'd be great. The whole spirit of Silk City is just like really great, like just disco, R&B, all the classic cuts I used to play in my DJ set. So obviously Bruno does that stuff so well too, so that would be a lot of fun.
Do you DJ weddings ever?
No,
I love it. I love a good wedding
Do
set.
you
No,
really?
because I love like I can't just always like show up to a festival and play like the old Jackson 5 and Crazy in Love, but I love those tunes and it's fun to get to just play
And
like
you
a cheese.
love.
I love
Look
love.
at his little heart tattoo.
I love love.
That's so sweet.
Weddings, bar mitzvahs, just hit me on Twitter.
Cool. Yeah, we had a bris just recently. No, I'm
There you
kidding.
go. Well, Miley Cyrus, Mark Ronson, congratulations on everything, and
We
happy
love the
holidays
song.
to you
Thank
guys.
you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Happy
Thanks,
holidays.
guys.
Thank you.
The beat of New York.
103.5 KTU.